Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to do a quick impromptu video responding to Myrtle Bailey, our treasurer. Um, and now that she's recently provided us with data that I have been asking for over 2 years, first off, I want to start off by thanking her for providing this data, as it's been in high demand. But I also kind of want to go through and emphasize that I do have some issues, comments, concerns. Uh, there's alarm bells, red flags going off per se. And then I also want to provide a little bit of clarity real quick. And again, I'm going to try to make this as fast as possible. I'm going to go start off by touching base back again with the exact numbers. Sorry, I'm setting my notes down. I'm touching base with the exact numbers that was provided in Myrtle's video. So, that being said, out of the last 12 months, we have over 900 plus cases. I just want to real quick touch base that my first red flag is here, that we do not have an exact number. That 900 plus cases, that could literally be 901 or it could be 9,000. That's alarm bell number one. And then, so moving on, we have 177 grievances won, 26 grievances lost, 280 grievances open, 192 grievances that were rendered as non-grievable, 71 that were reported as being in the research stage, and 39 that are currently in oral reply stage, 20 that have been submitted to arbitration, and 14 that have been accepted to arbitration. So going off those stats real quick, some of my alarm bells is, first off, we don't know if this information is up to date, for one, as we do not have a creation date. Number two would be, for obvious reasons, the first one that I arose is the 900 plus not being a exact number. However, ironically, all the other numbers are mysteriously exact. That's suspicious to me. Number two is going to be, if we just round our total cases down to 900 total, just being nice, and use 900 as a baseline. What's alarming to me as well is we're only at a 19.66% win rate. That's a huge red flag, and it should be extremely concerning to all the members, and even non-members, because we also represent non-members as well. So, with that being said, I'm going to continue on. My next point that I kind of want to, so I want to drive home 4 points that I got out of this video as well. One of them is going to be, which I just touched base on, is going to be our low win rate, which is indicating, for obvious reasons, a low success rate, which is telling me that we have a lack of effectiveness in resolving cases. That's issue number one. Number two is we got a high number of open cases. That's going to be my second issue, because that's giving me concerns of not only efficiency but timeliness, right? And timeliness is a huge thing when it comes to grievances, right? Which this has a cause and effect of unnecessary delays and backlogs to our members, right? Number three is going to be closures due to non-grievable. This is a huge red flag and alarm bell all at the same time, right? And as a treasurer, you should also agree with me because of the main expense reasons, right? We're wasting expenses on cases that should have never been pursued, quite frankly. And what's telling me as the president is that we're having issues with initial screening process, right? And properly informing members and educating members. That's what that's telling me, because 192 cases that should have never been pursued is alarming. Now, number four is going to be our low arbitration acceptance, and we should be questioning our decision-making process on that led to those grievances being rejected, because only the chapter president can send cases to arbitration. And when you factor all the numbers in, they're only at a 70% acceptance rate. That's alarming. You know why it's really alarming to me is because anywhere you, most places you work in the agency, if not all, a 70% quality accuracy would be a failing annual. It would be a failing, so why is it acceptable for our chapter president is all I'm going to ask. And I guess my last thing is I just don't think that these numbers are accurate. Um, you know, that's my last point of concern. These are from our treasurer, who should be very accurate with numbers. It's a very important position. But basic napkin math, right, says that there's 225 cases that are unaccounted for because technically the researching phase is open cases, correct? The oral reply stage is open cases, correct? You shouldn't be double counting those. The ones in arbitration, those are open as well, correct? Shouldn't be counting those. And then when you say various stages, I believe those are open as well, right? And when you say EEOC, those should be out of your inventory because they're no longer in your possession. You're no longer managing those grievances, even though you're in a support role. So here's how I can refer that to where you and other members may be able to understand this a lot easier. If a case is assigned to you and it's in your inventory, does anybody else on the floor get that count? Even though they're supporting, may assist you with it? No, they don't. We only count things one time. So if somebody else is processing it, such as EEOC, you do not get the count. That goes off of your inventory. So we need to get some better classification on our numbers here, first and foremost. We need to clearly get our numbers to where they formulate and agree with each other for 2. And for 3, we need some exact numbers. This beating around the bush, these adding in all these extra classification or classes and all this, that's intentional. That's intentional to try to not only confuse our members, but it's misleading our members. And our members deserve an accurate count, accurate numbers, and especially from our treasurer. So I really am hoping that I get elected in because I really look forward to working with you, Myrtle, on some training. Because again, this is all very alarming, first and foremost. The last point I kind of want to drive home is to the members. If you want to let these inaccuracies continue to happen, by all means, vote in our complacent incumbent. However, if you want somebody that's willing to sit down with these people, not feed them a script of misleading misinformation to lie to you with and to mislead you with inaccurate numbers, but somebody that's willing to sit down and actually train these people and let them know how important accuracy and especially accuracy with numbers is for a position such as our treasurer, especially since she's ran unopposed, not elected. Let me emphasize that. And we're already for sure going to have to deal with this person for the next 3 years. So please put somebody in that's willing to assist her and help her, as opposed to somebody that's just going to befriend her and allow these inaccuracies to continue. Lastly, Myrtle, you keep pressing real hard that I have no experience and no education. However, I provided in previous videos my grievance determination for the self-represented grievance. I want to underline and emphasize self-represented, which means I had no assistance. I did all the oral replies. I cited various different IRMs, national contract articles, OPM definitions, along with CFRs in there, which is Code of Federal Regulations. Again, you can pause these videos, you can read the entire unredacted step 3 grievance response of my self represented grievance. And it has in there reference points for all the different things that I utilized to hands down easily win my grievance. Lastly, I want to just push forward the information too that just because I have no official experience in our current union, being a steward or a chief steward or anything like that, it's definitely not from lack of effort. It's just simply due to lack of popularity, I guess. So again, our incumbent is going to continue to appoint based on popularity and not accuracy, clearly, and that's an issue for me. The other thing is we're here to have people represent us, so we need the best people possible. We don't need diversity, like, per se. Like, I'm not saying we shouldn't have a diverse crowd, but diversity should not trump accuracy, in my opinion, especially when it comes to defending your rights. Please vote me in so I can help restructure this union that so desperately needs it.